Hello everybody, what's going on? Grant Vogel here with a Last of Us multiplayer commentary. This is from the DLC I think it's called the Grounded DLC. This is the third downloadable content released for The Last of Us. Came with 4 new maps, I think like 8 new perks, and I think 5 weapons, I want to say. And yeah, so this is exciting stuff. I am going to be bringing you guys a bunch of videos very shortly regarding the DLC. I'm going to be doing weapon reviews, perk reviews, a review of the DLC itself, and the maps probably, as well as just commentaries of me hopefully doing really well on the maps, like this one. Now, this one is not amazing, and as you can see right there, I died. However, that is the only time in the match that I die. And what you should keep in mind as well is that almost only high-level players are playing on these DLC maps, which makes it, you know, it's definitely more challenging to do well on the DLC because mostly really good players bought the DLC and are playing it. So that's not to say I do bad necessarily, it's just it might not be quite as good as some of my other matches, but just as a heads up. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to be doing tons of videos on the DLC. I'm going to be reviewing all the guns and everything. And I might do just one gun per video because they're all very different. You know, on the other weapon reviews, I bunched them up into categories. I did like pistols, slot. I always forget what you call those weapons. The slot 2 weapons or long weapons. I can't remember what they call them in The Last of Us, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I think I'm going to do one separate video for each of the guns because I think they're all really unique. And there's a lot to say about all of them, especially like the Spectre, the double barrel shotgun, the launcher, and yeah, so that's what you can expect. I'm still working on the Beyond Two Souls review. I don't know when that's going to be finished. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it lately, so I've honestly kind of forgotten about it the last month. But I still do plan on doing that, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But let's talk about the DLC now. So this is the map called the Capital, and as far as my favorite maps from the new DLC goes, it's probably my 3rd favorite. I really like Wharf, and I really like, what's the other one called? Son of a bitch. Coal Mine. Those are my 2 favorites from the new map pack. I don't really like Water Tower. I think it's called Water Tower. I don't really like that map very much, and Capital I'm fine with. I think it's fine. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Dam a little bit, just not quite as much elevation difference on each side of the map. But it's got the same kind of style to it, where one end of the map is high up, the other end is down low, and yeah, I don't know. So it's interesting, but. So the class that I'm using on in this match is one that I've really come to like as soon as they released all the new perks and weapons and all that stuff, because basically also with the new update they've also cheapened a lot of the weapons. They're now cheaper to upgrade and stuff like that, so that has also changed the way you're going to be playing the multiplayer a little bit. And you know, for a gun like the burst rifle, which I've said many times I'm not a big fan of, like basically yeah, it can be good at times, it can be really good at times, but it's also unreliable as hell, and I just found it to be more unreliable than I did reliable. So basically it's a gamble using this gun. But with the new update, they've made it cheaper to upgrade, so I think they maybe made it 100 parts cheaper for each upgrade, which or no, I think they made it 100 parts cheaper for the first upgrade and 200 parts cheaper for the second upgrade. And so that means you're going to save 300 parts when you upgrade your gun all the way. And for me, that really has been, in addition to another perk that they released, that's really been the difference between liking and not liking the burst rifle. Because now I've got this class where I use the burst rifle, I've got sharpshooter 3 on, which means that I get 10 points of health back for every headshot, not to mention there's less damage wobble and all that stuff. And the other perk that I use with it is Scavenger 3, which allows me, for one thing, it doubles the amount of ammo that the enemies drop, and it allows me to pick it up without having to physically pick it up. I just walk over the ammo and boom, it picks me up. Or I pick it up, rather. And actually, I take it back. It's not Scavenger 3, it's Scavenger 2, I believe, because if I'm recalling correctly, I'm using the Enforcer in this video. I can't be positive. But anyway, it's not a big difference either way. And really that makes the difference with this gun, because another problem I had with it, if you watch my weapon review, is it's easy to run out of ammo for, and the ammo is pretty expensive per bullet. So once you double the amount of ammo your enemies are dropping, and you make it cheaper to upgrade the actual weapon, it's kind of a beast now, and not to mention you're getting 10 points of health back with every headshot you get. And when you add all those things together, suddenly the odds are kind of in your favor when you're using this weapon, which I felt they weren't previously. So yeah, it's interesting how the DLC can now make certain weapons that I didn't like, weapons that I very much do like. The burst rifle is still kind of unreliable, and I still don't know that I would recommend it to everyone, but if you know how to use it correctly, if you know when to use it, and you combine it with those perks, you're golden. I think it's pretty damn solid. I do pretty well with this class setup. I've also been messing around with some stealth classes regarding Bomb Expert 3 and Agility and the Execution. I can't remember what you call that perk, the one that gives you extra points for shivving people and stuff. I've been experimenting with all that stuff, but the bottom line is I really am not patient enough of a player to do stealth well. I've been trying to record videos of like messing with that stuff, and I still will try to do that, but don't expect any stealth videos from me, because I truly suck at being stealthy. I'm just not patient enough. I see an enemy and I just have to kill him right then and there, and that's why certain classes with, like, you know, really close range weapons work well for me. Like I mentioned in a video, I don't know, one of my last videos, that I was using a class where it was the shorty and the shotgun only, and for whatever reason it was working well for me. Well, that's why, is because as soon as I see somebody, I want to kill them, and I like to get in up and close and just, like, you know, sprint all the time and stuff, and lure the attraction to me, and then just, you know, duke it out in a fucking gunfight. Like, that's just my style. That's just how I've come to play this game, and so that's why those classes work for me. I'm also using the double barrel shotgun with this class setup, as you can see. I forgot to mention that. And as far as this weapon goes, as far as my impressions on it, it's, for one loadout point and the like 250 parts it costs to purchase, yeah, it's totally worth it, especially since so often you find yourself in this game making a class and then you find yourself with one loadout point to spare, and you're like, where do I put this? Do I put it into Marathon Runner or or Explosion Expert, or like, what do I do with this thing? Well, if you don't have a purchasable weapon, the double barrel shotgun is really a good way to go, because you can kill people with 2 shots fairly easily close up. But at the same time, you might ask yourself, is it overpowered considering it's so cheap? And I would say no, because there's been plenty of times that I've used it thinking I would kill somebody, and I didn't, because I was just too far away. So you have to be right up in someone's face to kill them, and even then it takes 2 shots. So I think it's perfectly fair. I think it's perfectly balanced so far. You know, we'll see. The DLC's only been out for a few days, so people still have time to discover imbalances and glitches, or, you know, whatever, crazy combinations that make things totally unfair. So we'll see, but excuse me, I just ate a sandwich, so my voice is a little weird. Beyond that, gosh, I don't know what to talk about. I've got like, what, a minute left to talk. The Enforcer. Let's talk about the Enforcer. So the Enforcer is an interesting gun because it's basically halfway between being a 9mm pistol and a revolver. It's really like smack dab in between those two guns in terms of its rate of fire, its damage, its accuracy, all that stuff. The only difference really is that it costs 1 loadout point, and I don't know how I feel about that really. I don't know that it's good enough to warrant spending a loadout point on, you know, because like I said, it's right in between being the shorty, or not the shorter, sorry, the revolver and the 9mm. So I almost feel like it should be free, but I don't know. I haven't used it enough really to tell yet. But I do like it. It's an effective pistol. It's accurate. It's a little slower than the 9mm, but definitely faster than the revolver. It takes 4 hits to kill. It's a fine pistol. It's good. I don't know that it's worth the 1 loadout point. I know I was using it in a stealth class at one point, and I had the silencer on it, and I realized that the fire rate just wasn't fast enough to make it effective for a stealth class. I really wanted to use the 9mm because you can actually rapid fire that thing if you pull the triggers fast enough. So I don't know. It's, you know, it's fine, I guess. I still have to experiment with it. I still gotta obviously do damage testing and stuff before I review it and all that stuff. But anyway, I thought I would just upload this commentary for you guys so that you know that videos are incoming within the next week. And also, something I wanted to mention really quickly, guys, I did upload a video to a channel called Pixelenemy. I don't know how many of you know this, but Pixelenemy is a channel that I'm partnered to. And I uploaded a video to their channel called 5 Facts You Probably Didn't Know About The Last of Us. If you're interested in checking out that video, the link to it is in the description. And I know some of you were asking me to make a video about all the hidden interactions and stuff that I found in The Last of Us. Well, that video is probably the closest thing you're ever going to get to that, because it would take way too long for me to go and find all the interactions, but there are a few in that video that maybe you've never noticed before, and just a few little details that maybe you've never noticed before. So check out the video. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to click like, it helps me out. And with that, guys, thank you for watching. I will talk to you in the comments. Expect some videos soon.